mtayashinda yote. Yapo magumu ni mengi mtakayokutana nayo, mkimtumaini ya Mungu mtayashinda yote. Mtavuka vikwazo vya shetani na magumu yote, nasema mbinu zake shetani na hilo hazitawaangusha. Nasema mkimtumaini ya Mungu mtayashinda yote. Mtavuka vikwazo vya shetani na magumu yote, nasema mbinu zake shetani na hilo hazitawaangusha. Nasema mkimtumaini ya Mungu mtayashinda yote. Mkimtumaini ya Mungu mtayashinda yote. Mtautimiza wito wenu kikamilifu. Mkimtumaini ya Mungu mtayashinda yote. Mtavuka vikwazo vya shetani na magumu yote, nasema mbinu zake shetani na hilo hazitawaangusha. Nasema mkimtumaini ya Mungu mtayashinda yote.
His welcome address, and also invite the chairman of the board of governors, who will invite the other guests who are with us. So, Mr. Mwaki, please, welcome.
And tell them to feel at home, and then invite our BOG chairman, who is also one of the old boys, to come and take up the program from me. So, Mr. Jude Jomo, karibu sana.
I walked into this school, reported into the Z stream, which was then housing the office of the principal. And after filling a few forms, I was ushered into the principal's office. The man behind the desk was very busy, scribbling some notes. He didn't take notice of me for about 2 minutes. Then, when he raised up his eyes, he looked at us and wrote a number on that form. He asked me, "What's your name?" I told him, "My name is Jude Jomo. He told me, "From now on, you are admission number 890. And so it was. I was admission number 890. The man was Mr. B.O. Ogange, a name which, however much I would try, I would never forget it. A man who has shaped lives of different people. Some boys came here when they were very crooked, and they left here when they were very straight. With us today, we have old boys from this school, from different years, who have gone through our guest of honor, Mr. B.O. Ogange. It therefore gives me a lot of pleasure to our institution. We have had a bit of change of program, and I will explain why. After I welcome into our institution our DC, Bonakimati. With him is his boss, an old boy of this school, Mr. Jega, who is the regional commissioner. This is the first time I'm hearing of that title, and I believe before I leave this place, I will know exactly what it means and what it does. Karibuni sana wageni wetu. So many guests, and that is why we decided to but towards the end, so that we can be able to introduce you and to know the old boys who have gone through this school. Wazazi wetu, karibuni sana hapa Kanunga. We love you. You have always supported the school, and you have always supported your students. I will therefore take this opportunity because our regional DC did us a very good favor. I talked
with him about a week ago, inviting him to this ceremony. And he told me however much he has tried to rearrange his program, he has been unable because of prior arrangements. But he has somehow been able to reorganize himself to find about an hour or two to be with us. And I feel obliged to let him talk first so that he can be able to go back to the matters of national building. I'll therefore take this opportunity to invite our district commissioner, Mr. Kemadi, a man who is seriously battling with Yokozuna, to come and invite Bwana Jega.
Mr. B.O. Kubagen, my regional commissioner, Mr. Wilson Jega, the holy boys of Kanunga High School, the principal and the staff, parents, students, all protocols observed, our visitors from in and outside Kiambu, Amujaboni. Simple, kwa sababu sisi ni watu wa sheria, we don't like talking much when your boss is there. Kwa sababu unaweza kuongea sana anakusoma akili. Kwa hivyo mtanikubalia yale ningeongea leo. Mkubwa wangu, my regional commissioner, who is my immediate boss, atagusia mambo mengi ya policy ya serikali. But through you, our guest of honor, I'm happy to welcome you here this day as the district commissioner and the chairman of the district education board, which I normally chair. Thank you very much for our welcome, Father, because he made it possible. Let me, when I guest of honor, say that I've been ever happy to be associated with the Kanunga, and I was even making a joke to my boss here that in 1981, I tried my best to join Kanunga for Form 5 and 6, but I couldn't make it. And choosing it as my first priority, separated by Kangaroo. But I landed in the Kanyakin boys for Form 5 and 6, 1982-83. But at the end of the day, I'm happy that I met all the holy boys now from Kanunga. And we made something which forms the present day Kenya. When I get to honor, I'm happy that you have found your school intact as you left it. Hata ingawa tulikuwa na shida hapa na pale. Honestly, we fell from grace to grace. But we are recollecting ourselves because if we don't tell you this, when I get to honor, chairman atakudanganya. Tulianguka vibaya sana. Tulipotea na tukapotoza. Mpaka Kanunga ikawa Kununga in terms of masomo. But I'm happy now as the chairman of the DEP, our regional commissioner, we have risen from grass again, and we are progressing positively. We are aiming very high, and we have all the hopes of taking Kanunga where it was. And I would like to tell our boys to always be what they would like to be. As I said, I won't touch much on matters of policies because my boss is here. My main problem, as Mr. Chairman has said, I'm the man who has been a victim. Mimi nimekuwa mwadhiriwa wa pombe. Na regional commissioner watu wako wamekunywa sana. Lakini kwa sababu hii vita sasa tumeitoa kutoka kwa mikono yetu, lazima everybody must have a hand in it. Yangu ni kuomba niombe Mwenyezi Mungu wananchi wa Kiambu kabisa they should not draw a line between themselves and the government, between themselves and the law enforcers, between themselves and the DC. Kuuliza serikali ilikuwa wapi wakati watu walikuwa wanakufa na pombe, na wewe mwenyewe ulikuwa wapi? Where were you? If you are the head MP, if you are the area councillor, kwanza mimi siladi na watu hawa. Hii ndio mnalala na wao mashinani. Businessmen are you? Wale wenye hizi nyumba za biashara bwana regional commissioner ni wao. Wale wanatengeneza hii pombe pia ni wao. Kwa hivyo ningeomba vita ya pombe dhidi yetu na watu wetu iwe ni vita ya kila mtu. When it comes to issues of saying where you are bwana DC, you know I came here and I will go. But na hasara itubaki nyumbani anawaienya. Kwa hivyo ningetaka watu wetu tafadhali. I wouldn't mind even sitting down after saying that. If we erase all the distinctions you have put between the office between the office of the president is law enforcers and fight against drug and substance abuse. This one is not the work of the DC only. Wacha iwe ni kazi yetu sisi wenyewe, na ningeomba tuendelee kufanya hivyo kwa sababu tusipofanya hivyo there is no tomorrow for this region. Ni Kirundi, because tutaki kuharibu sifa na maana ya siku ya leo. Tulikuja kuombea vijana wetu. Then we give them a small prize. We motivate them. Boys, we are with you. But the guest of honor, there is one problem which I shouldn't point out before I sit down. You are boys. Tuko pamoja. Those people in the Kiambu and the Jogi wasiwasue ni kama nyinyi tu. Ni vile mtihani labda siku hiyo ukiamka vibaya. You know, good luck comes in the morning. Sawa sawa. Kwa hivyo sincerely, don't look at what you are taking in Saturday 8. Look at where you are going. The class ahead of you. And you will do what somebody in Kiambu can do. Otherwise, with those many or few remarks, kindly you will allow me to head there, and I wish all the Form 4s best of luck. Move very disciplined when you go out, because if you don't, as soon as you leave this gate, without that uniform, utanikuta kule nje. So I want you to focus on that. Otherwise, I would humbly request you to simame, mumujue regional commissioner wa Lower Central in this region, because it's a new concept.
With the 42 at independence, but currently we have 287 districts. The provinces were not changed; they remain 8. So it was unmanageable to manage all the 287 districts from the 8 provinces. So another tier of regions were created. So like Central Province now, I'm in charge of the 18 districts, 10 in Kiambu County, 8 in Muranga County. That is Lower Central. Then Upper Central, we have Nyeri, Kirinyaga counties. Then in Nyandarua, we have the Nyandarua region. So we have 3. So I'm based in Thika, overseeing the 2 counties of Kiambu and Muranga. To leave that one, I think I've been coming to this region. I'm now in charge of a region where I schooled. So I was very happy when Jude called me. Although the shortage was short. That there was this function today for Thanksgiving, Prize Giving Day, also honoring our former principal. And I say, see, this is my area. I need to recognize and appreciate. Many of the teachers, we pass through managers, and we don't recognize them when they are still around. That's why when I want to be counted as part of that group which recognizes his effort, teamwork. He was not alone in this school. There were other teachers whom he was working with. And I was able to see Mr. Gaido still strong. He was here even that time. And I want to appreciate all of them. Mr. Oganga was leading a very united team with a vision, a purpose, which was now we are able to be inspired by that vision. And I want to tell the current principal now, you see, we have a big challenge now. We went down, we needed to go back to that glory, which we lost along the way. The father here was saying there were 41 when they were going to the university. My year 82, I think we were 35 when we went to the university. And I think the school continued to produce very many students going to the university. I left here in 82, I went to the University of Nairobi to do a bachelor's degree in government. We used to call it government because the word political science was not palatable to the political class then in the university. They were calling it government, but it is political science. I did there, then I also went to the same university for a master's degree in public administration before I joined the provincial administration. I also went for a senior management course in Italy and again to the state of Israel. So we have been, from here, we have gone ahead and proceeded in our careers. So I want to encourage the boys who are there Form 4, even Form 1. You need to start when you are Form 1 to have that vision. You can't start when you are in Form 4. You start from Form 1 to know what you want to become. And don't come and join the mob. I remember 2 experiences I had here when I was here for the 2 years. One was negative, the other one was positive. start with the negative one. As a student, I remembered to call him a bit even those national schools. So the students who are here, we want to encourage you, the Form 4s, I wish you every success as you prepare now to sit for the final examination. We work together. Jude, don't hesitate to call on us. I think this is also my region. I'll be very happy if I were to be called for something to improve the standard of this school. I will be very willing to come and join you. And you can see you are a product of here. You are now trying to go back and see where something went wrong, and you'll be able to do it. The principal has tried, because I've been following, even when I'm away, I've been following the results, the way they have been progressing. And we want to wish you well and say that. And I thank Mr. Kemathi. I was being told he has been giving the Center of Excellence some money to this school. And I want the DEB to remember this school. We also remember it at other levels where we can. So, Mr. Chairman, I want to encourage you. You can see Kanunga has produced many. The one area they have not produced is the political class. And we want them to go to the political class to make a difference there.
We are here, sir.
They are coming. No, I mean they are there upcoming. Yeah, it can be mentioned. And the Jude here can also go to other level. And here has the potential to read also. So I want to stop there. I requested the chairman that I had a workshop which I was facilitating. So I just go to one hour and a half, then I'll continue in the afternoon with the workshop. But I'm sure now we have reestablished contact. Jude, we have not talked. Jude was 1 year behind me. Because when I was in Form 6, he was in Form 5. We have not met since that time, which is 21 years now. 29 years ago. It is a long time. So I want now we have reestablished contact. Let us take the contact of the old boys and see what we can do to assist you in uplifting the standards of this school. Otherwise, with those remarks, I want to thank you and again wish the Form 4s every success. Let us come next year to a prize-giving day to celebrate your success, because definitely I'll come next year if I'm still within the region. Otherwise, thank you very much and God bless you.
Our dear students are taking very seriously. I want to take this opportunity to invite another gentleman who also found time to get away from his busy schedule to be with us. He had told me that he will only be able to be here up to midday, but he felt that prayers are good, but he'll have a word to say to the students. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome the former Managing Director to Kenya Broadcasting Corporation and currently a businessman in Nairobi, and the first MP to the yet to be established Central Kitui.
The Regional Commissioner is here. DC, parents, students. I come from a very dry area where food was not in abundance. I was first stunned by the climate of this place. And obviously, the good food which I ate that day. But that was not enough. I realized I was in a foreign area. There was no tribalism then. We met guys from all over the country, yet fair. He used to smile, but not sometimes for the good intentions. At the end of it, he would make sure the students were focused. What am I saying? In 1980, he appointed me the deputy head boy of this school, together with Mr. Gairo. literature teacher was Mrs. Gadura. Miss Antikini was a teacher, Miss Mobile was a teacher, and several others I can't recall. I've got one message for the students here. Kanunga is a name to reckon with. I feel so saddened when I hear that Kanunga's name is not excelling in the list of performance in this region. Because 1980, 22 of us went to the university. And 22, 1980 is not a mean number. And since then, we've heard of excellence in this place. In 1985, I completed my University of Nairobi Bachelor of Commerce in Marketing. 20 years after that, I enrolled for my MBA, which I completed in 2007 in the University of Nairobi in Strategic Management. And tell you what, young men, students of this school, I am still a student up to today. I just completed my coursework for my PhD in the University of Nairobi in Strategic Management, and I hope to graduate as a doctor next year. You can do it, can't you? So now what I want to say is that, Mr. Jomo, can I propose something that we declare today through the spirits of Mr. Ogange, because he's here, that this school overturns its performance from negativity to very positive success. What made Kanunga succeed was teamwork through the teachers and dedication by the students. In 1979, Kanunga was not that very strong, but we did one thing. We called upon ourselves as students to each collect past papers from the schools which were known then, and even bring notes from the schools, Kenya High, Mangu, mentioned everywhere. Then we used to do our own private studies in the evening, Marim, and we excelled. I'm sure you can do this. I wouldn't want to take much time, especially now that you're here. I'm preparing myself to enter politics. And when you go to politics, you talk and sometimes over-talk. Can I propose to do what you asked me to do, Jomo? The chairman of the board asked me to do what I used to do when I was the deputy head boy of this school. And I'll take that responsibility now to please ask all the old boys to come over, and each will be given a few minutes to say something so that we can quicken the process. This is what I've been asking.
As you've heard, my name is Waikaka Wahema. I'm the Managing Director of Kenya Broadcasting Corporation. I have been told to say just one word, and the only word I would say, the priests who are here said that they left this place to go and join the seminary. I left the seminary to come and join this place. And when I arrived here, I found a short, diminutive man called B.O. Ogange. We used to call him B0. And he asked me, so why did you leave the seminary? I told him something happened on the way to heaven. That time I used to believe in the goodness and brotherhood of man. So I thought Mr. Ogange would come into that belief. Then he looked at me from his shortness and told me, if you're not careful, you're going to find this place one hell of a place. And indeed, his words were to come prophetically true when I encountered hell 2 weeks later in the form of the deputy headmaster, Mr. S.K. Karaoke, God rest his soul in peace. One good, fine gentleman. I met him one Saturday afternoon near the office, and he looked at me and just slapped me for no reason. Then I said, no. I felt a great sense of injustice and I decided to protest. Then he told me, I asked him, Mr. Kanunga, why have you slapped me? He told me, you are a criminal, it's only that you've never been caught. And I said, okay, Mr. Oganga knew what he was talking about. This place formed me, and Mr. Oganga formed me. I started the first newspaper in this place called The Wanderer. Up to these days, I do not know why Mr. Oganga turned a blind eye to it. But he actually allowed that newspaper to be. It was called The Wanderer, and it actually preceded, it went on long after I left this place. Much later, I went to Kenyatta University, and I joined journalism on the basis of that Wanderer, rising up to the post of Associate Editor of the Standard, and becoming the Journalist of the Year nationally in 2003. Later, I became the Editor-in-Chief of the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation for 4 years, and now I'm the Managing Director of that institution. Thank you very much, Mr. Oganga.
Names are Samuel Odiembo. I'm a student, Kanunga, 1983-84. I'd like to greet everybody. Adwaito Murega. Tuashokia Ngaikado. That's part of what I gained while I was here. Now, in the year 1984, earlier you were being told there were numbers of 20-something, 30-something. In the year 1984, we made it to the university 82 students from Kanunga. And that was a real achievement. I thought we had set the pace. I think the year behind us, that is 1985, they must have been 100 and something, 102 or something like that. We used to follow this, but to our dismay, the numbers came down. We just want to urge those who are here now, please take Kanunga to where it used to be before. For the Form 4s, you've read. There's nothing more you are going to read now. It is time for you to polish. For the rest, Form 3s downwards, my only advice to you is to be focused. The best item of focus is attitude. Good attitude begets good attitude. Good behavior begets good behavior. You cannot do harm to somebody and expect them to be good to you. Those are the words I'll leave you with, but I would request that in future, I'm a land economist, I'm a valuer, the school could call us to give career talks to students so that they may know some of these areas of operation. Thank you.
My names are Paul Kaidangwa. I was in this school in the year 1988-1989. I was called by a friend last night, and I was told that one gentleman, P0, is coming around. And I think the person who has just talked, in 1989, I think that's the year we broke our records, because we went to the university more than 121. That year was marvelous, and I later on went to Moi University. I did a Bachelor of Education, and presently I'm the principal of a school in Muranga called Muroka Secondary School. But I think the bigger inspiration came from Mr. Oganga, and I'll never forget the battle that I faced in a place that was known as Siberia. I don't know whether many still remember it. That is the battle of my lifetime, because I don't remember what hit me, because I was hit even with the trophies and books. And from that day, I think I started thinking. And I was told one word. I think there were two. I'll just tell you two words. Stupid, stupid. Go to class. When I went to class, from number 60, I became number 21 the next term. because I realized I needed to change the word stupid. I want to tell these students, I am also a teacher of students just like you, and we are making a positive change where we are. But I am proud and proud and proud of this school. I had to stop what I was doing, I had to come and also wish that you break that record, you have at least 122 going to the university. Thank you.
Number 21. And I was in this school. And Mr. Gaito is my father. And he's my friend also. I told him we're having this function, and he told me he's going to come with us. Now, when I'm not teaching at the university, I do politics. In 2007, I contested a parliamentary seat, and I managed to get votes, but they were not enough to take me to parliament. I contested in Gatudu North, where the current MP, who is having a problem with his literacy, he didn't go to school like us. There is a petition, and we expect to have a by-election. And when it comes, I, Vincent Kishoro Gaito, will be there. And I expect us to participate and change this country. We were formed by this school to go and form others. So the challenge to my students, we love you. We achieved, and I know you can achieve. The only thing I tell you is this: quitters don't win. If you quit, you not win. But winners never quit. To the chair of the board. By the way, the chair of the board also is, I know he's interested in politics. He wants to be the MP of this place. And I think ametosha. Si ametosha. Wanabio tunataka kwenda bunge. Tunataka kwenda kusaidia nchi. And I'm going to propose, it is possible. We can actually make this day 23rd. Is it 23rd today? Yes. We can make this day 23rd September Kanunga School Day, and you'll be coming here and doing our things. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Maybe when Nyok is here, he met me when I was in Form 6. I joined here 78, and I left 79. And maybe we are almost the first class of BO. To BO to me is fun. We have done so much in my life. And I also came back to this school, and I taught here. Maybe we go to the headmaster's office or the principal's office, you find some photographs of Hartford. I'm the one, when I came back to Sweden to represent this country, I'm the guy behind them. And I thank God, when I did that, that was my happiest day in my life. That I did something to Kanunga, I made Kanunga where it is. In that time, if you look around the trees here, I planted them. The peas there, I one started it. So I was very happy when I came back here. And when I left this place, I went back to university. I've already completed my master's in clinical psychology. I'm now a consultant. Thank you. I'm telling you, boys, please work hard. Kanunga is a place, we say, those when you meet outside, they'll say, if you make it in Kanunga, you can make it in the world. Thank you.
Commission number 1705. My name is George Kamondia. I was the deputy head boy. And I used to study in front with the staff during assemblies. And I'm happy to be associated with Kanunga. Mr. Ogange, thank you very much. I recognize you like my dad. I'm happy to see you stronger. And there are some words he used to tell us. Boys, when you are in school, you can make or break your life. I want you to know the following. You are either going to live or to survive. You choose either of the two at school. The moment you leave that gate, that's the end of the pocket money. And if you don't watch out, you'll be chewing Big G or sweet gum until it turns liquid. So I know where you come from. I've taught in St. Agnes, Categoria Boys. Now I'm the area education officer in this area. God bless you.
But I again want to remind the students of Kanunga High School, and I want to repeat the same words I got when I was in Form 3, when the headmaster looked at us during break time one day, and he found that we were not taking things very seriously. He looked at us and we gazed at him, and after 1 or 2 minutes everybody was quiet. He said, "This place, Kanunga School, is not a holiday camp." I believe those words kept us going because we started working hard. And I would encourage the boys to work hard, not just work hard for the present, not just work hard for the status quo. We want to move forward, and if you want to do something, do it so well. Don't do things half or in bits. I want to remind you of the same words were said a long time ago by one I treasure most, Martin Luther King. He said, "If you have to be a barber, cut people's hair so well. If you're a painter, paint so well like Shakespeare composed poetry. Paint so well or do it so well like Michelangelo painted pictures. Do it so well so that the unborn, the born, and the dead could not do it better. Let us strive to work harder. Don't just be a constable policeman. Go all the way to become the inspector of police. Don't just be a soldier in the army. Go all the way. Venture to be the commander-in-chief of this republic. Venture and move high, because you have the chance, you have the capacity, and you have the backup. And if you need the backup, we will come back."
I went into Mr. Ogange's office and I asked him to feel kindly on me and admit me for a repeating session. He looked at me and told me that wherever I have come from may have been a holiday camp, but here people work. You cannot believe it that at the end of the year I did the exam and I got a very powerful second division of 22 points. I left the school in 83 from 6 and went to university. I did a Bachelor of Arts in Government. I left college in 1988 and joined the motor industry. I was there until about 3 years ago, and I'm now in business. What I would like to advise my fellow Kanungans here is that hard work pays at all times. I take also this opportunity to thank Mr. Ogange for the good he has done to us as a community and as individuals.
My name is Peter Mwangi. I'm a parent here, and I'm also a member of the PTA. I represent from 2Z, and my admission number was 1432. And I'm currently working with various projects. I'm glad Mr. Carlson has said he comes from Mwingi. I've been running a project there funded by USAID for 3 years. We have drilled about 51 boreholes in Mwingi. And we also have the second phase of the project at the same place. I've been monitoring and evaluating various projects in Northeastern and Eastern Province. And I'm currently in Kitui at Kasara. You know Kasara? So what I would like to say to the boys, mine will be so brief. There is a philosopher called Dale Carnegie. He said, let me say, because the fate have found you in this school, which is school. And he said, the arm of fate can be twisted and tilted, or what you need is an iron will. You have the iron will. Unless you have the will to do what you aspire to do all your life, it's the time to do it from force. And I'm not only talking about, I'm not talking to the Form 4 and also other streams, Form 1, Form 2, Form 3. You think the life of secondary school is short. It's long, but it's only for a short while. I recall Mr. B.O. Ogange, because we constructed this road from the tarmac to the roundabout. if he can recall that class. Only that he found in one of the latrine written that we were ready to strike. So we were told now, you don't have to strike. Because your intention was to boycott the classes, you'll be working on this road. So we worked on this road from this driveway from the tarmac up to the roundabout. I think he knows in which class I was. So thank you so much.
I joined the Kanunga High in 1975, and I left at the gate in 1979. Those are 31 years ago. I'm an old man. I'm encouraging crazy. You have to be a performer to be in this country. If you are not a performer, unatakiwa kuwa nyumbani. Na nyumbani hapana hapa. When I left primary school, I thought I'm mature enough. Nitavaa the wrong trousers, the ones which are being worn by the Kanunga boys. But when we came here in 1975, 1976, we were told back to Kaptura by Mzee. BOG alisema, hiyo suruali mrefu kuanzia mwaka ujao mnavaa Kaptura. And we did it. Siku hizi mkiambiwa mfanye hivyo, utasema haki yetu. Haki yenu hapana kwa shule. And I'm telling each and every student, kama uko primary soma, kama uko secondary soma, na huu sio mwisho. You have to move on. It is very encouraging when you find that old boys, 31 years ago, mtu amezaliwa 31 years ni mzazi sasa. Akona watoto watatu ama wanne. Na sisi bado tuko, and we are coming to encourage you here. Musome. The current katiba ile tulipitisha inasema watu watakuwa wanakaguliwa tangu mashinani. Hata I'm happy kuona Caxton na Bwana Gailo na Bwana Jomo wanataka kwenda bunge. Hata huko bunge unahitaji elimu. Hata nyinyi mkiwa hapa, kazi yoyote ile unahitaji, you have to be learned. Mpaka usome. Usione mwalimu ama utuone hapa tumepoteza wakati wetu tumekuja leo, useme hawa ni kazi hawakuwa naye. Leo magari imeingia hapa, magari mingi sana. Hii hatujapewa, tumenunua. Na huwezi nunua kabla hujapata kazi mzuri. And you have the opportunity now. Mimi nitawachia hapo. Shauri nimesikia imetangazwa tarehe 23 Caxton. Tutakuwa tunakuja hapa. Sitamaliza ile niko naye. Sasa wakati huo mtakuwa wabunge. Tutakuja. Currently I'm a technician with the telecommunication industry, working in Nairobi, and I'm a stakeholder within this village. I just neighbor the school. Hata wakati mwingine vijana wakicheza wanasemaga utakuwa kama ule Mumeru anakata nyasi huko. Not forgetting nilikuwa hapa. Anaona mimi ni mfanyikazi nimetoka Meru na kuja kutafuta kazi. But I was here. That's the time when I'm on leave. But mimi nawasikia tunawaambia endeleeni tutakutana. Next one.
Mimi tuliingia hapa 1975 for a 4-year course, tukamaliza 1979 successfully, and I joined Kenya Polytechnic for a business administration course. Later joined Kenya Post and Telecommunication, and after having worked with them for 5 years, 6 years, I later joined self-employment. So currently I'm a businessman working based in the Kiambu town and Nairobi. We are not complaining because actually the multi-discipline that we got from Mr. Ogange is the same that we are applying in our day-to-day life. Especially when we say self-employment, it needs a lot of discipline, and this is actually whereby we come to realize that Mr. Ogange really shaped us. Because if it was not for that discipline, actually when you go to self-employment, you cannot actually make it. So I want to say thank you very much, Mr. Ogange. We are what we are because you really saved us. Thank you very much.
My name is Frederick Kashagwi Jogona. I joined this institution in 1976 and left in December 1979. In 1981, I joined the Air Force, the Kenya Air Force, where I trained in avionics for about 6 years. Then I left the Air Force in 1990. I am currently working with one of the major media houses, the nation newspapers, as an engineer. I'm a parent in this institution, and I'm proud to be associated with this institution, and I really think about this institution in a very great way. For the young boys or the young men who are here, I want to tell you, it has been confirmed that the basic education these days in Kenya is a degree. So you focus yourself to move on and move on. Kanunga High School is just a conveyor to take you to the next level. Nawambia muangalie that the future is still ahead, and nawaomba mweke bidii. Asanteni.
I can repeat my names. I'm Reverend Father Stephen Kariuki, and also I'm not born in this place. I came in Form 5 and Form 6 back in 1980 and 81. That is 30 years ago. What I'd like to say is, my dear students, you are very lucky to see that there are people here who have already succeeded in life. Why can't you? Sky is your limit. Thank you very much.
Hi, James Mugai Karanja. I joined this school in 1983 and left in 1988. My admission number was 2205. I live in a neighborhood, and I'm very proud of this school. This much has been said. After this school, I joined Jomo Kenyatta University College, where I did a diploma in electronic engineering. After that, I joined Lanzeros Kenya, which has since collapsed. And later, I joined the Copycat Limited, and I work for Copycat up to now as a senior engineer. Mine is very short. When we came here, Mr. Ogange used to tell us that there is nothing for nothing and very little for 1 shilling. By the time we left in Form 6, he was saying there's nothing for nothing and very little for 5 shillings. I'm sure today if he was still here, he would be saying very little for 1,000 shillings. So what he meant is, there's no shortcut to hard work. You have to work hard. And all these people are here to tell you this, young men, you have to work hard. We did have great teachers, as you might think. Most teachers were untrained. Most were Ugandans who had ran from war in their country, and they just made us work hard. The challenge to the current principal is, you must have a vision for your school. Believe in that vision. Preach it day and night. The way people say that you have to leave football, you have to leave your vision. Then develop a great team. Work with your team. Be the leader and show the way. At this school, you go back to where it was. Young men, there is no shortcut. Today, I keep on telling young men that they want to be like the story in the safari book that we used to read. That was Simon Macaulay, who was born on Monday, and by Saturday, he was dead. With his friends, on Wednesday, we are the President of the Republic of United States of America. That cannot happen. It won't happen in this world. So, take your time, enjoy your youth. Forget what you got when you did your class 8. Will not count anymore. Focus on what is coming. There is one great statesman who used Winston Churchill, who was the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom during the Second World War. And this is what he said: give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I'll spend the first 4 hours sharpening the axe. What did he mean? He meant that preparation is the key. Don't wait to get to Form 4 to prepare. Start early. Go tell your kids in class 1 to start preparing to go to the university. That's the real message. At Mr. Orange, I'm very proud of you. I was a good student. We never quarreled. That's for sure. We never quarreled. I was a dining hall captain by the time I left this place. What I want to say to Mr. Orange is, I remembered him when there were those tribal crashes. And I remember I was asked to speak to where my kids go to school, St. Peter and Paul Catholic Primary School. And I told the parents there and the teachers, that I really feel bad. That was in first term, end of first term, 2008. I really felt bad that a Kikuyu could hit a Luo, or a Luo could hit a Kikuyu. When I remember the good work that Mr. Ogange did to us, despite the fact that he was a Luo, why would I turn against Mr. Ogange? And this is a challenge to you all. Shun tribalism. It's not going to take us anywhere. We are in this world and God created us. Look at your friend. He's created in the image of God. So, to cut me, I can talk. I've decided to become a self-appointed education advocate. I'm going around schools and encouraging, especially in this central province where we're having problems. I'm going around schools trying.
Very brief because I'm not a politician like my colleague. My names are Simon Luteba Kanunga, and I come from just around here. Admission number is 1719. I joined this school in 1981 and left in 1986 after my A-level. And basically what I would like to say, what I've seen today is very surprising, because going by what has been explained by many people here, which they have captured very well. Our data as we had, and I remember very well, during our year, we had a landmark performance of this school. And during that time, besides being the first in the country, I was also the best student in that subject all over the country. And what Mr. Ogange did when I came to the school, he told me the school didn't have money. And the only gift they could give me was something that would help me pursue my education. So what he did, he basically asked me to call him once I got my first year. That is something that I have always remembered. In terms of career, I didn't pursue the geography line. I went for a BCom, the University of Nairobi. Later on, I did my master's at the same university. And by going by what Mr. Miloki has been saying, we are not very old to pursue the next level. So currently, I'm doing my PhD, and I've completed my coursework, and I do believe that in the next 2 years, I'll also be able to graduate. In terms of career, I joined freight forwarding logistics business, that is in terms of employment. I worked in Tanzania after leaving the University of Nairobi as a resident representative of a company known as Africa Freight Forwarders for about 2 years. Then joined Michoko Freight Kenya Limited. You most likely have heard about it. And that's as the operations manager. Currently, I'm a general manager working with Kenya Tea Development Agency Limited. We are doing the tea. And from what Jude Kangeda has said, in joining politics, we also strategizing, although we are not politicians, to give them the backup. So with what we are seeing, counties and all these things coming up, this is what is required. And basically my advice to you is that a lot has been said about what is expected of this school. I remember very well, by then we were with my colleagues here, like Charles Wahenya, Stephen Bondaro in the same year. When we went to the university, we were 100 plus. And from that seat, wherever you go, you always see Kanunga students. And we work as a team. We remember the old days. Some of them, like Mr. Miloki, I've met him after 30 years. Now that we want to exchange even the contact to see, I've been seeing him in various occasions in terms of his areas of work. But basically, from today, we have seen we touch base and see how best we can network. Because without chemistry, we should be able to achieve a lot as former students of this school. Basically, my advice is, as for what has been said today, everything is possible. And the people you have seen here, you next time you'll be holding the same position. They are going to retire, giving these chances to you. So my prayer is that we'll go by that. I know you have less than a few days to start up your exams, and I'm sure you'll be able to make it. And with those few remarks, I'll end up there because for the sake of time, but let us have some more networking. I know we have rest of contacts here. We'll be able to support the board that is shared by together. And whenever you are in a position to visit our places of work where we are working, make sure you get in touch. Otherwise, have a nice time.
Anthony Gashao. I joined Kanunga High School in 1979 and I left in 1984 December. The 13th April 85, the following year I joined a seminary, and the 29th May 1983, exactly 12 hours, 39 minutes and 12 seconds, I was ordained a priest Catholic in Nairobi. So I am a priest. I have worked in so many areas, Thika, Kiambu, Wakatete, that is in Nairobi somewhere, and back now in Gatodo, but very soon I'll be going to take a county. So, mine is only to say that we are always very proud with this man you see here. There are so many incidences we can narrate about him, but there is no time to say them. Otherwise, we may not comprehend them now. So many of them, take one of them. He told us, obedience is, when you are told by a teacher to jump, you jump, and when you are 3 feet above the sea level, you ask the teacher, why am I up? That was Mr. Ogag, and so many other incidences we cannot actually narrate here because of time factor. What I'm saying is, there was no Kanunga without Ogange, B.O. And there was no B.O. without Kanunga. There was anonymous. Today when I was leaving the parish, I told the principal there, Gatito girls and Gatito they mix. I'm going to Kanunga for the boys. And then one of these, B.O., you are going to be B.O. And then he said, I can even see the excitement in your face. And that is why he came. In fact, purposely he came to meet Mr. B.O. Ogange. He really shaped us so well that what we are is because of him. Thank you very much, and God bless you, and may He bless you all the days of your life.
Admission number 1496. I joined this school in 1989 and left in 1992. I never met Mr. Ogange personally, but I remember his name, as you have heard. His name is very great. I want to appreciate the teachers who taught us here. Mr. Gurel, that hardball team you have had him mentioned, we are part of that team. Mrs. Kenyanjui, and all the teachers who are still here at this time. The other thing I want to just talk to the students and tell you that your parents have really sacrificed a lot for you to be here. In fact, your parents are just taking you like a mirror. That's why you are here. And if you take a mirror and break it, and then be the same again. And then be the same again. So can you just take your life the way your parents have taken you? They are going to succeed. Thank you very much. In 1991, and I left in 1993. That guy who was ahead of me in Kutapa. In fact, he left a year before me. It has happened that I'm also a parent here. I would like you people to ask how I'm a parent at this point of time. Having left school in 1993, and you are a parent. You must read the sun. Kuna field, there's a field, kuna watu wajataja some field. A field in construction industry. Though I heard of someone who was talking of an engineer, something of that. I'm in that field of construction, and I like that field. It's a good one. But I'm not. Vile tulikuwa tumekaa hapa na watu nimesikia hakuna watu wa 90 kuja mbele, nimesikia ni wachache, ni kama wawili. So when they were talking about Mr. Wange, he was just demanding to see this thing they are talking about. You look young, very young indeed. And in fact, some people who are here, they are talking about you. They look older. I'm sorry to say so. Than you are, surely. So God has given you what you will be given, surely. Yeah? Look very young. I thank God for that. Your name is great. I was just demanding to see your face, and I've seen you. During our time, you are part of the principal at a hospital there, which I think it was a property something like that. And actually, that was not good. It was not good there. And I here again, it was not good. The school. We are one of these people what they're talking about. They are big people. What happened during that time? Me, I was taught building construction by one teacher I've seen here, Mr. Orige, and I thank God because what they taught me for 2 years, I'm in that field of construction. You deal with structural engineers, I deal with architectural engineers. Mine is to go on the ground, interpret the drawings, and then start the construction work. That's why I am. And I'm telling you guys, you can make it. I've been coming here now and then, and I've been talking to some students. Every time I meet a group of students, I've been talking to them. My son is here also. I've been talking to them. Life there is not easy. Success is a journey. That's my message to you. If you want to succeed, start it now, not tomorrow. And I've been a teacher even in my house. I've been teaching my son whatever we call chemistry because I was best in chemistry. Chemistry was my best. I mean, my favorite subject. I've been teaching I'm a teacher at home also. So what I'm saying is, life has changed. The school has changed the way you have seen it. And you have got all the opportunities. The environment is conducive for you people to do wonders. So you have no excuse. Thank you.
The guest of honor, I'm very proud to be associated with you. My name is Obere Almadi. Just from the name, I come from very far, but I was here. I entered this gate in 1979, and one of the things I was told is that I was looking more confused than confusion itself. To the boys, from looking very confused than confusion itself, I pulled up my socks, which you can't do, and right now I hold a PhD in econometrics, and I'm a senior lecturer in the Department of Econometrics. For the young men, that is just one step from being a professor, from being confused. So I'm here to encourage you that you can make it. I'm so surprised that I'm being told of Dioki, Caxton, what is there? Dioki, Kiambu, those are not schools to beat Kanunga. We used to hear of Alliance and Mambi sometimes. Please, kindly take Kanunga to where it was. Now, lastly, you have seen a big crowd here, but history is very unfair. The ones you see around here were not the only products. You hear somebody with a BA, somebody with a PhD, history never recognized failures. So for you to get a chance one day to come here during a prize giving day, please pass. Otherwise, I wish you the best. I was the games captain, so if I was there in 1980, I would have wondered what you are doing around here. So I was the first games captain to join the university. I appreciate Mr. Gangi and my teacher, who looks not very old as I thought he should have been. I appreciate your being there. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Thank you. My name is Getao Mungai, and when I was here, I was known by the name Gishini. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be back in this school. I did my A-levels here in 1988. I was here for Form 5 and Form 6. Later, I joined what is now Kenya Polytechnic University. I did computer science. And I moved from that field, now in the construction industry. And what I would tell my young brothers who are here, there are only two things. You have the hands, the same hands that the United States President has, two hands. And with your two hands, you can make or break your life. The choice is yours. Make the right choice so that the future will remember you for all good reasons. Because we also have Mirotovic, we also have Akina, all those other bad names that we hear about. It is by choice, so make you as the best. Mr. Ogange, we are proud of you. Very, very proud because you made us to what we are today.
Mr. Joma, my admission number was 836. I entered Kanunga High School in 1977. I left this place in 1980, and from there, I entered into self-employment. I am a contractor in the construction industry. Na nisema ya kwamba nataka kueleza Kiswahili kwa sababu nilifundishwa Kiswahili na walimu wa Kanunga High School, akina Karioki, na wengine ambao walikuwa wanatusomesha. Kwanza kabisa nataka nichukue nafasi hii nimshukuru sana mwalimu Bio Ogange. Mwalimu, you might not remember me, but I remember one day you came and found me in Torito. Ukiwa naangalia kwa KND 070. Gititia. What are you doing here? And I remember, Mr. Ogange, you held me by your hand, ukanikisa kwa gari yako na ukanirudisha mpaka hapa. So nataka kusema nini? Mr. Ogange, I am what I am today because of what you did. And I want to tell my students here ambao wako hapa ya kwamba Kanunga ni shule ambayo unaweza kuwa chochote kile ambacho ungetaka kuwa. Hawa watu wote ambao wameongea hapa, you have heard what all of them, what they are saying and what they are. Why can't you be one of them? Now, what can make you not to be like all those PhDs which have been talked about here? Wakati tulikuwa hapa, sisi ndio tulikuwa tunaongoza katika upande wa literature na kupika vizuri sana. Tulikuwa tunafanya michezo, Mr. Caxton, tulikuwa na wewe. Wakati huo na akina Kaneni. Tulikuwa tuna act drama katika vitabu kama Betray the City. Tulikuwa tuna act all the schools around mpaka Alliance. Hakuna watu ambao walikuwa na kushida.
akina Koinange wako unasikika mahali popote. Diara hakuna, in fact it was only Alliance. Uhike ndio kwa hiyo. You can make it in Kanunga. Wakati wetu michezo tulikuwa tunacheza. Nakumbuka iko kona ilipigwa na mwalimu wange somewhere here. Na hiyo kona ile kaingia kwa goal. Kwa hiyo alitufundisha mambo mengi sana, na najua ya kwamba hata wale walimu ambao wamekuja baadaye, they are still doing the same. Please, my request is this: let us lift the standard of Kanunga High School to be the way it was during our times, and I know we are going to make it. Ningeuliza tu Bwana Jomo, you are my fellow student, eh? Ningeuliza swali, ningeomba tu kwa moja, tuweze kuitwa the old students, tukuje hapa, tukae chini. One full day, we need the strategies of how we are going to reorganize and lift up our former school. Thank you.
I left Kanunga in 1987. I joined university in 88. I think we went about 113 of us. I'm a businessman in Mombasa, I'm a contractor and doing other businesses in Mombasa. Thank you very much, and God bless you, Mr. Okara.
I entered the school in 1980, having escaped from Senior Chief Kanunga, and I was welcomed by Mr. Ogange, who took my hand. He's my parent in one way or the other. We didn't call the failures, what they called? They were because there was a public notice. But are they here? So stand one, they are there. There are many failures that passed through Kanunga, but the people you have seen here are the people who have succeeded. I don't want to belabor you with more advice. You have heard it from the old students' mouths. Be focused and know exactly what you want in life. I am currently in Mombasa. I practice law. I'm an advocate of the High Court. There are about more than 10 law firms, all products of Kanunga. This year, one of my classmates was among the 23 judges who are elevated to the High Court of Kenya. You saw those appointments. So Kanunga has produced a lot. In our year, that was the year that did 85, Kanunga High School had the largest number of law students at the University of Nairobi, apart from one school, Bishop Katimu Gadu Girls. Otherwise, we were more than Alliance High School, we were more than Mangu High School, so you have a lot to be proud about. So, jivunie shule yenu na mtafanikiwa. Thank you so much.
Edwin, I am also a student. As you've heard that there are no guys from 90s and above. I joined this school in 2002, 4th of February, and I finished 2006. I'm currently in University of Nairobi. I'm taking my undergraduate in medicine and surgery, and there are still some. There are other products of Kanunga in the university. Unfortunately, this is a class day, so they could not be here, but they sent me to represent them. There are guys in KU, Kinawanjie, and Fire. There is one of my cousins who was here. I bet you know him. He was in FOIA. He's also taking his actuarial science, still in the University of Nairobi. So we are still there. But one thing I ask of you is, I am not proud of being asked. Guys are saying we are from Starehe, we are from Alliance, and when I'm asked, because they wouldn't know the name, I tell them I am just from Mashinani. So I will like you guys to come in numbers so that Kanunga's name can be there in the university. That's all. Thank you. All the best in your exam.
Mwalimu Ogange, it's been said by everybody in front of you. And we can say more. But my challenge to you, Jomo, call us so we can assist you revive the school. And that will be our pride. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Mwalimu, I remember something you said to one of the former students who used to be late all the time. And I remember you told him he will be late for his own funeral.
There are some old boys who came late, and they are afraid that you are going to tell them the same. So they have not been able to come here. So I will just ask them, before I introduce the teachers, there are some old boys who were not here during Mr. Ogange's time, and maybe they are all over. Other old boys who were not his show, Commissioner for Nyanza, Mr. Motier, who was my classmate. Tired, some who are still teaching. Mrs. Jane Karaoke, we used to call her Miss Fainange then. I will ask her to come and introduce the teachers to you. Mrs. Karaoke.
All teachers at the school, the years that you're hearing a little bit of that, I first came in 1983 as a UT. That was when I was doing my teaching practice, and then I came back as a fully qualified teacher in the year 1985 and left in 1990. So I worked under Mr. Ogange, and the sort of things that you're hearing the old boys saying, it's the same sort of principles that can carry you through. That is hard work. You've also been told about your attitude. And the other thing that you need to also understand is that you come in alone, and the certificate you will carry alone. So you can decide to be the brightest and the best that there ever was. As I introduce the teachers who are here before, you'll see that we are just ordinary human beings, just like the teachers you have. So there was no magic then that cannot be done today. The people who are, it's a determination that brings success. I'll start with Mrs. Kinyanjui. I found her here. Mrs. Kinyanjui, tafadhali.
In this school for a long, long time. I joined the school when Mr. Okanga was the principal back in 1982, and I left in 2004. So I served this school for 22 years, and generations. The old boys who have been talking are actually my first generation. And I want to thank God that they've been successful. They are role models to the current students in Kanunga High School. And I want to say, I will always be proud of this school. So, boys, keep working. The exam is round the corner. The teachers have prepared you well. So, believe in yourself. And we believe that next year, God willing, we shall see a difference, and may God bless you.
Maybe there is only one word I will tell you, boys who are here, that we are told by Mr. Uganda one day, once you get in that gate, you have a D. That time we talk about A level. Once you sit in the class and don't even write, you get a D plus. Once you write something, you get a C. If you do some homework somewhere, you get a B. And we used to go behind the biology lab, and he used to tell us, can you see the University of Nairobi? So the idea was, once you're in Kanunga, you're in the university, what you have to choose is a faculty. What you have to choose is a faculty. So what you're saying here is, you people, or the boys who are in Kanunga, we are in the same school. We went through the same process. In fact, Kanunga now is better than the time we were here. So you have all the way, you have to work hard, be determined, be focused, and I'm assuring you, one day you stand here and also tell the boys will be here, I was here, and I made it. I wish you the best of luck in those who are taking the exam, and even those who are in Form 1. You have seen us, we have been here, so please put a lot of effort, work hard. That is only the behind any success, you have to work hard, and please manage your time properly. Thank you.
Frederick Odwon. I taught here between 1978 and 1986. I taught chemistry and mathematics, and I was also the games master. So I know this field very well. And I remember all my footballers and athletes, all of them went through the university because it was not only football and games. In fact, here he was the games captain. He is now just about to become a professor. We both teach at the University of Nairobi. So all I would like to do is I want to say one thing. I've heard everybody praising B0 very much. I think I want to say that I was also a student, not in this school, and I came to teach in this school. For me, he has been an inspiration, just like everybody has said, and I want to urge the students, all the students, whether you're going to sit exams this year, because even if you're in Form 1, you sit after the other 3 years. I just want to urge you to focus on what you do and do it well. Nothing is impossible. Thank you very much.
Again, God is good all the time. I will not make a speech and I will not say B0 will be 0. I'll say B0 will be something. Now, my name is Bogwa. I teach at Kenyatta University. Now, I think I will not make a speech. I'll just read a poem dedicated to today. Today, the title of my poem is Kanunga School Family Song. Kanunga School Family Song. And here it goes, second to 10. He also had a cane and soon formed a formidable team of men and women of tested steam who kept the Kanunga engine running and all the boys' teams winning. The Ogange academic volcano erupted, never to cease, even when some are departed. Let us keep the fire burning and the hearts yearning. Let the Ogange spirit shine on as the seeds are sown on the budding intellectuals. Let us sing the spirituals that in those days brought victory in all ways. And the old in a dance as we rekindle memories of pain that created the cradle of this game. Let passion, intellect, and integrity propel us to Mount Everest. For we shall never rest. Rest we find ourselves last. March on, brothers. March on. You are the Kanunga spirit reborn. March on, Ogange. March on. You had all vices torn. March on, Kanunga BOG and the chairman, PTA, and the students. You are the reason for tomorrow. You giants. Let us keep this Kanunga fire burning and keep our discipline still and our hearts yearning. Thank you.
A very, very, very successful time during the time that you're doing your exams. All the very best. For those of you who are in Form 3, Form 2, Form 1, the time to begin to engage your gears is now. Asanteni sana.
There's one old boy who forgot to introduce himself. and I would therefore like to introduce him. Most of you know him, most of you are with him every day. Where is Mr. Wanjie? To come with us, Kanunga High School, Mr. Mwangi, for his remarks. I want to tell you, and particularly our guest of honor, Mr. Ogange, is that Kanunga High School, as has been mentioned before, is synonymous with your name. Every time we meet with those students who were here in your time, they keep on mentioning about you. And I've been longing to see this Mr. Ogange, and I'm happy that today I was able to see you, I've heard you, and I've received your spirit. So, your spirit is really working in me, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow to start the Orangeism, which is so full in myself. We have had the admission numbers of those old boys who were here in their time. And I want to say, our last admission, as we start now, is in the region of 9,000. You know, we are talking of 1,000, hundreds, and so on. Now it is in the thousands. Something else I also want to say, is this. Boys, I don't know whether I asked the government to allow me to be giving the cane. I think it was giving them to move ahead. But we are in different times now. Of course, we can't ask for the cane because it will not be so good now. But, as we have been saying, it's only those success stories that have come today. One of them so recent, who is doing the Bachelor of Medicine and Surgery in the university. There were so many, but only the success stories are here. Now that you have an opportunity to have seen the success stories, and particularly our folks, be that success story, so that next time we invite the old boys, slowly and eventually we are walking there. For instance, C+ and above in 2004, C+ and above in 2004 were 74. 74 are not few. 2005 they rose to 79. 2006 they rose to 96. Our apex year was 2007 when they rose to 111. I think those others who were behind those ones, I don't know what happened. Wakashuka to 95. Those others of 2009, wakashuka tena to 89. Wa 2010, wakasema hapana, hapana. They rose to 103. That is the 2010. Now, 2011, they are here. And the boys, old boys are saying they want to be with us and come and celebrate. I'm sure you knew, and I know this, for sure, they will be above 110. That is for certain. The boys that are there in the present Form 4 have the spirit of those boys who were here before. But they have to continue working right up to the end. We have been told history does not recognize failure. So let's continue working hard. Mr. Wange, we are very happy we invited you. You were able to come. And then my fellow teachers, those teachers that were here are not different from ourselves. Those students who were there then are not different from the present students. Those parents who were there also were not different from the present parents that we have. So let's work together as we are doing, and I'm certain that we shall be, and we are on the way, we shall be where Kanunga used to be, and even continue to compete with the other schools of similar standards and even higher. So with those remarks, I want to say thank you very much and invite my PUG chairman, whose heart is fully in Kanunga. He works very hard days and nights to see that things are working in the best way. He's very committed, very dedicated, and very, very happy to be associated with the school. So, Bwana Jude, karibu sana. Very happy that you accepted our invitation to come and be with us, to come so that we can appreciate you and appreciate the good work that you did. But apart from that, there are some questions we would like to ask you at this juncture when our school wants to go back to where it was. And we would like you to tell us, what is this magic that you did that changed this school from 1978 when you came and there was almost zero conversion rate from secondary school to university, to a point where you were taking more than 120 students to the university. We would like to understand that magic. We would like the principal to this school to understand that magic so that he can practice it. We would like the teachers to understand that magic. We would like the students to understand that magic, because we want to go back there. What is this magic, Mr. Oganga, you did? And the only time the students demonstrated was to demonstrate against your transfer, because they didn't want you to go. They could not, Kanunga can be without Oganga. And that was the only time they demonstrated. What is that as well? Though they did love football before. Of this school, all the A, Y, and X block were built by Mr. Oganga. At Naivasha, Victoria, Magari of the school infrastructure. How comes you are able to do in 10 years what they ask this magic, Mr. Oganga? We want to understand. And therefore, that magic, Mr. B.O.
Oganga. Son falls into 3 categories. Category number 1 involves the members of staff. Jude has asked me the magic we had. And I think Form 4, by the time we are through this exercise, you will probably understand that you have the magic with you, except you do not know how to concoct the medicine. Otherwise you have it, except you might not be conversant with what you're supposed to be doing. To the parents, that also goes with the students and members of staff. We must thank you immensely for having at least facilitated the stay of the students here. So I'll just skim through and maybe
pass the information at the end of what I will have talked about. We will obviously post that information in the school website, that is www.kanungaschool.ac.ke. I wanted to place this information there then, because many of you are scattered all over the world. But I wanted to wait because there are certain information which I might pass on, and they could be fallacious, they could be faulty. So I'll probably give, at the end of this address, you might say, you said this, but it is not right. So I'd like to probably, at the end of the day, maybe tomorrow, we will post this information in the Kanunga school website. Mwalimu, I hope it is operational. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me a nostalgic feeling to be here in the company of former Kanunga school teaching colleagues. Many have since moved elsewhere. A good number are currently professors, PhD holders, and senior lecturers in public and private universities. You know, whoever you saw here, it was just a few of them. Jane called Dr. Mbugua Mr. Mbugua, but probably Mr. Mbugua is now a PhD holder and lectures at the university, that is Kenyatta University. At the same time, many of our former students gathered here have also climbed the academic ladder as doctors, lecturers, priests, entrepreneurs, innovative business magnates, and industrialists. This is a welcome achievement that has grown from our Kanunga school family, which started like a grain of mustard seed and has now grown into a huge tree for all of us to share. In the form of shelter, in the form of nurturing a fountain of our academic accomplishment. It is my prayer that this motivating bug and trend continues in the future. The level of discipline at the school is palpable as one arrives, and this is obviously as a result of the input of the current members of staff under the captaincy of the principal, Mr. Mwangi, JK, the school board of governors, whose chairman is Mr. Jude Kangethe Njomo, who is also an old boy. The current crop of students that we have at Kanunga suggests that all those involved in its academic setup are focused towards producing very responsible students and citizens. You know, it is interesting. In schools where discipline is not there, I would be surprised if you saw students seated there like they are there listening to the end. They would have gone and they would have been singing, tumechoka. But these ones here have been sitting and listening. It means, Mr. Mwangi, that you are actually on the right track. That is magic number one. I wish to highlight some of the facets of Kanunga School as follows. Former members of staff and their position as role models in the society. And second, boys, old boys, although they are now saying they are old grandfathers, students, especially the Form 4s, for whom we have had the Thanksgiving occasion in preparation for the 2011 KCSE examination. if you're a candidate and you are here, by the end of my address, I'm sure you will be motivated. They will ring the bell for you to go for meals. You say, no, 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 no. We've got the bag, and here we go. Now, former members of staff had been dedicated in their performance of duty. And I think it is services of Mr. Garrido was very, very dedicated and will go at great lengths in making sure that at least orderliness was maintained at the school. The members of staff were also very, very involved in the running of the school. They would come up with ideas, and these ideas would be accepted, would be discussed. If an idea was outlandish, then we'd say, couldn't we try something else? We offered an avenue of exchange of ideas, because it is not the principal who has all the knowledge, it is everybody else. The students also came up with recommendations. Some of them are very useful. Incidentally, the students, like you can hear them now, were very, very constructive. And whatever they came up with, we listened. Except if an idea was not working, then we would obviously say, but couldn't we try it elsewhere? So we say, the members of staff, if they identified an opening elsewhere, for example, working at the university, we encouraged them to pursue their newly acquired undertakings. This has been exemplified by the fact that some of them have ended up the academic ladder. These include Dr. Mbugua Wallace of Kenyatta University in the Department of Linguistics and Literature, Dr. Odwor Fred, Nairobi University, Department of Chemistry, Dr. Mburu of Kenyatta University in the Department of Philosophy, Dr. Sabirie in one of the universities in South Africa, Professor Kisovi of Kenyatta University, and who is now the chairman of Geography Department, the late S.K. Karaoke, the deputy registrar, the University of Nairobi, Kikuyu campus, and the deputy principals in the names of Mr. Garrido. Well, Garrido, maybe, I'm sure you are not Zacchaeus in terms of height. Maybe you stand again and receive. He was the cog in the engine of Kanunga academic development. We also had Mrs. Gadura, deputy, remember, and also the late Father Okona, and they guided the students, and their guidance was invaluable. The list is obviously long. For example, I'm sure even if I mention the name, you might not even remember him. Dr. Odamba Fuatwa, the Ugandan. Professor Kimegi, who is an academic dean at Moi University. You see, the list reads as though these ones are running a university institution. But they were here, except they have moved, and they have moved on. Some, they don't stop there. And then, some of the members of staff have also established flourishing academies. For example, Jane Karaoke, Mrs. Jane Karaoke, who was formerly known as Miss Koinange, or she's left. Jane had been very, very helpful to the students and also to the school. This is an attestation
that the current teachers here too will move a rank up the ladder or diversify their aspirations if they so desire. The seed of self-motivation among the members of staff had been planted. Mrs. Ogange is sitting there. She has also moved up the academic ladder. She is now Dr. Ogange. I don't know how you fit in the Mrs., but the Mrs. in the African context should remain. Dr. Gange, the lady, there are other Dr. Ganges, that is why there should be a name, there should be a Mrs., so that every one time there's that element. She is now in charge of e-learning Maseno University. But I think she's the director of e-learning Maseno University. We'll have a little more discussion, especially in the evening when we talk, when we have a get-together. Now, some of those students who have passed through here, they have spoken, like Dr. Bere has spoken, Dr. Blasco, Bob Award, the UK Urban Planning, Mr. Songo, who is supposed to defend his PhD, Mr. Ngige Joroge, Kenyatta University, Mathematics Department, Muchai Nganga, the University Library, Kenyatta, Professor, who had been here ahead, the student head boy. Professor, you're surprised. Professor Kanari, who is now the Deputy Rector, or an equivalent of Deputy Vice Chancellor, Kigali Institute of Education, Rwanda. We have prominent lawyers in the caliber of Justin Okoth of the Goldenberg case, Steve Mwangi Njega, and we have the valuers, Timothy Njahir and Samuel Odiambo, he has also spoken, and Dungu Kaberere. We have Kinyanjui of Kinyanjui Ventures, and they spoke of Mutie, the current PC, Tom Sipul, the Director of Wildlife, Deputy Director of Wildlife, Peterson Mwangi. I spoke to him today, who is now taking his PhD in the Netherlands, and we have Fred Odao of Kenya Airport Authority and of Kemba Walker. We cannot forget the proprietor of a solar undertaking, Caxton Munyuki Mwangangi. Ben Guaidoma has been very interested, and I think a board member, BAT, the hydrologist, Peter Warui, I saw him, although he didn't want to come up and say he's late for his funeral. And we have had very many principals of secondary schools and a host of other deputy principals. We have people like Julius Misore. And now we have Wilson Jenga, who has just left, the regional commissioner in Lower Central, and then Waithaka Muhoro, the director of KBC. The few mentioned here remind me that Kanunga students were and remain result-oriented and formidable positive achievers. And whatever they choose to pursue, be it employment, be it entrepreneurship, or farming, we recognize this an achievement we had always to emulate. There are those who responded to priestly calling. You saw them here, but these are not the only ones. There are some others. Someone was asking, how come there are so many priests from this institution?
Maybe the priest should tell us. But I think we had family life development. We looked at ourselves as a family, a bigger family, and each one's weakness was looked into, and if we could assist, we did. We have Father Mwangi, the head of Gomboni, Faithfuls in Kenya, Father Anthony Gachao of Gatitu, Father Paul Mbugua of Ngoigwa. We have Daniel Njoroge Munge, who is studying philosophy in Spain in preparation for priesthood. And then we have Father Maura. There are other priests not mentioned here, but this is a wonderful conviction, and we all have to appreciate and be proud of them. There are others who operate airlines. We have Epalat, who is a pilot for the United Nations in the DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo. So it means Kanunga achievers are everywhere. There are enterprising gentlemen. They are scattered all over within the 6 continents. I would not be surprised to find some of them in Greenland, because they have the unyielding Kanunga school quest for knowledge and improvement of self and everyone around them. The old boys of 1978 to 1988 were unique in that they developed a familyhood attitude towards fellow students. So the progressive ethnic feelings were unheard of, and I think someone has spoken about it. These students mixed freely, and often one was keen to identify with those from other ethnic communities. This sense of community at the school was enhanced by the A-level classes, which had students drawn from all over the country. This same sense of familyhood was passed on to the lower classes within the school. The students were self-motivated, and when they left Kanunga, they were focused, and they had a drive to explore more avenues in one line of their abilities, as highlighted in their school living certificate. The school living certificates had always given them hope and saying, there is always an opportunity for developing yourself. They appreciated this, and they're doing very well. The Kanunga close-knit community was evident in universities, especially because of their large numbers in the university, and also because of being proud of having passed through us. This is hugely gratifying, and those who did not join the university, it does not mean that they did not succeed. Even if they became farmers, even if they became... The thing, Walimu, the students fear most is when he knows, I don't know what the girls do, but when a student knows that you know the mother, that you know the father, that you know their names, that you know where they come from, because the fathers will come and give a report on what they do at home. You see, they are cornered. So that is magic number 3. Know your students. Let the students know that you know their parents, and let the parents also be very close with you. And I think you will go very far. I heard Mr. Kionda, he's an MP, is it Kibwezi? He would come. He said, please give us at least
3 chances for these students here. I know their background, I know they are good academically, but Mr. Kionda, I cannot help. The number is so big. Okay, give me just 2 instead of 3. Once I gave him the 2, he would say, but what am I going to say? The third one expected me also assist him. As Mr. Kionda would not leave here until even after midnight, saying, but you see, what do I do with this one? I said, okay, Bwana Kionda, you have the third one, but let us maybe Tota have another one. In other words, they knew what they were coming for. The school has a high level of discipline, like I've said, Mwalimu, but you know, it didn't come on a silver plate. I'll give you an example. When I came to report in this school here, I came incognito. Had a vehicle, and then I found a student sitting on the road by the staff room. On the road. So I stopped and said, my friend, you want me also to join you on the road? He didn't talk. He was just seated there. I don't know. I left the vehicle there because he was sitting on the road. So I went and reported at the staff room, the office. The interesting thing is, well, I have come to report, I wanted to see the headmaster. Why do you want to see the headmaster? Well, he is my friend, but I'd like to see him. He's not there. No, that secretary is not here. He's not there. Then ultimately, I went back and I said, my friend, you know, you cannot be sitting on the road. I said, I have every right of sitting on the road. So I didn't pick a quarrel, I just turned around and I went, because the headmaster was not there. But I'm sure, I can't remember who that student was. But maybe I think when he realized that I came in, he didn't want me to identify him, ever. To listen and listen hard. Jude, you asked me about the magic, and the magic is here, apart from the few I have given you. Magic number 1. The current students of Kanunga School have a challenge to live up to, especially the expectation of the parents, the expectation of the teachers, and even the expectation of themselves. If a student cannot live up to that expectation, then there is no hope. You have to trust yourself, you have to believe in yourself, and here, during our stay in Mwalimu, the idea that I cannot do it was not there. If you say you cannot do it, you say go and think it over and do it. They were motivated initially, and later on, they became self-motivated. Let the student know and believe, Mwalimu, that once they are wearing the Kanunga school uniform, that automatically qualifies them to being a C grade material. Wear our uniform and do nothing from 4. And you are already a C grade material. You have not started working, just wearing the uniform. But you see, when they wear the uniform, you must be prepared to be mixing with other students from other schools, Alliance Boys, Alliance Girls, Loreto. We don't want you to be students who, when they see the others, and they are in for a discussion, hey, where are those ones from? From Loreto, from Limuru. These are the ones who do the sheng, the twanging, as they say. So when you see them, you run away, and yet you have the Kanunga High School what? Uniform. Don't do that. Be proud of your uniform and make sure you live up to our expectation.
a student goes for lessons, doesn't do much thinking, just attending, eating and attending, you are a C+ material. So when you do a little more, just a little more, like I saw it, it is the expectation of Kanunga High School staff this year that the mean grade should be a B. I don't know whether I scanned it wrongly, but that is true. How do you get this? Form 4, let me get a show of hand whether we have Form 4s here. I might be talking to myself. Form 4s, put up your hands. Don't fall asleep and doing nothing. Group discussion is absolutely necessary at this stage. 2, you have to be KCSE literate. What do we mean? You must have programmed topical group discussion. Don't read Form 4. Another secret, I'm not a mathematics teacher, but I've been very close to what goes on. In mathematics, Form 4 is not the answer you get. The answer might just be scoring 3 marks. What happens to the other 20? The other 20 will come from your work. The method you've shown methodically, step by step, towards the solution of the problem. So even if you are very weak, start writing certain things you know regarding a question asked, and you'll go very far. Again, surely you must engage yourself in repetitive review work. You read, you review, you recall, read, review, you recall. That does not mean memorizing things. Something, when it is said over and over, you tend to internalize it. And again, you have to realize, like someone said, examinations are not an end. Life. If anything, they make you start your new life. So you've got to be calm and absolutely attentive in what your teachers are passing on. This is something which the students don't understand. You talk to them, you repeat it, it will not go through. Form 4, realize that the work divides into 4 quarters. Form 1 is the first quarter, Form 2 second, Form 3 and Form 4. So 25% of the marks which you score in the examinations will come from Form 1 material. Even if they spend a time talking to you as a mono, that does not matter. Remember what you did as a mono. And Form 3, 4 and 2, they cover the rest. That is, if you can cover the work of Form 1 and Form 3, you still get 75%, which is an A grade in any examination. By now, Mwalimu, I think the students are on your neck. Which specimens are coming? Did you see him bring this? And the students have every right. You know, if you had not been handling the practicals, the biologic practicals, and all of a sudden you come up with specimens which sometimes you do not understand. It's not at Kanunga. In Kanunga we are very far off, but in certain schools. So when you see unique specimens coming around, the students begin to be inquisitive, and where they fail, and they will always fail. But the Kanunga students, we've told you in broad daylight, in the presence of your parents, all boys, teachers, and all teachers, that you follow the instruction given to you in practical examination. Form 4. First of all, some of you have never seen an elephant at close quarters. Some of you have never seen a giraffe at close quarters. Now you expect a giraffe to be brought in the examination here. How will it get even into the examination hall? So expect the normal. Follow the instruction given to you. Expect normal specimens, and you are likely to succeed. Again, read and understand examination rubrics. Read and understand examination rubrics. I accept. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you after this. Then, not succeed, especially if we do not follow the rubrics. I'll give you, let my friend rest. I'll give you an example. Examination instruction is absolutely necessary and important. Form 4, they tell you answer 3 questions. Question 1 is compulsory. So, some student who does not think seriously will read question 1 which has A, B, C, D, E. So he answers question 1, A, B, C. To him those are 3 what? Questions. Even if you pray 5 times facing the examination council officers, you cannot succeed. But, like we did it this morning, pray in every examination time, and then make sure that God takes priority. Towards the last, I'd like to remind you of the following. There are 2 grades which are not easy to score. Grade E and grade A. Grade E and grade A are not easy to score. But if you work towards it, you will still achieve it. I don't know how many got a mean grade of E in this school since 1978. I don't remember. A mean of E. You know, that person who is getting a mean of E is working counter the expectation of examination council. I expect this year, at the end of this year, you will post very, very good results in the examinations, because I trust your capabilities, I trust your teachers, and I trust that your parents will assist you. Lastly, the expectation for 2011 KCSE examination, which I said must be very high, which must be a mean of B+. It happens in other schools, and I don't see why it shouldn't be here. If you do so badly, please let it be a B- grade. So, what do I say to those who do well? Could I have your attention? The 11 candidates scoring a mean grade of plain A, a token, had written a token of 5,000, but that I think, let me raise your bar. I will give you a token of 10,000 if you have a mean grade of an A. When the results are published, I will obviously consult your principal. Those individuals who score between D and E
who score between D and E mean grades in 2011 KCSE examination ought to pay 1,000 shillings to the school. Mine is 10,000. Mine is 10,000 for anyone getting a mean grade or what? Plain A. It's not just an A. Now for you to get a plain A, you have to be tough in mathematics, tough in the languages, Swahili and English, and tough in any of those humanities. So from first you begin to see that money is around the corner, because there will be no pocket money for you anyway. So money is round the clock, round the corner. So those who got O will get D, D minus, E. Be prepared when you come for your examination results. Carry 1,000 shillings and pay it to the school, so that at least we give it to the library. Otherwise, I wish you a happy examination encounter. God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Our guest of honor this afternoon come and present their work to our best students in each form. In Form 1, the last possession is taken by Martin Karaja. Motion. Martin Karaja. Let's move a bit faster. Time is not on our side. Followed by Paul Chegen, second possession. And the first possession is taken by Kevin Fred Chore. So Martin. So that is Martin Karaja. Paul Chegen. Kevin, let's come for him. Form 2, 30. Second possession, Kevin Goro Ojio. First possession, Adam Noah Katani. Let's move faster. Kevin Goro. Vincent, don't go in front. Adam Noah Katani. Possession 1. In Form 2, Ivan Maina. Franklin Geta. And the first possession. Bernard Gekaru Guro. John Commander Mutabo. John Commander Nyandui. Then you have Paul Maina. John Commander Odiek. Paul, we have Stephen Wangi Nyandui. Let's count very fast. English. We have Stephen Wangi. Franklin. Chemistry. For chemistry. Kevin will come to X. Chemistry for physics. Even my so for 1. Julius Iwana. History we have Peter Bogwa. Chairman, come and present the award for those who are there. So I'm going to read your names and Simon Buchan. Peter Njuguna Mugai. Then we have those who scored B+, Alex. So the same here. David Maura. Adina Peter Ashoka.
Goja. Goja.
Let us pray. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Lord Jesus Christ, we thank you for this day. We thank you for each one of us. We thank you for the Kanunga community, those who are here before, and the current Kanunga community now. We thank you for the teachers, for the parents, and the students. And especially we pray for the candidates who are preparing to sit for the exams. Bless us wherever we may be, so that we may continue glorifying your name. Bless whatever is in front of us, so that we may have it and have strength to serve you more. And bless our journeys back home. And we ask all this through Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Kanunga High School. We have had a very big occasion of Thanksgiving Mass, which was presided over by the past holy boys who are present to the priest. Then we also had the chief guest in the award of prizes. And the guest was Mr. Olange, who was the principal of Kanunga High School from 1978 to 1988. Special big officials and many prominent who had been here before attended, including the regional DC, the DC, and very many other prominent people who are lawyers, and so on and so on. We are also wishing the phone calls well. In fact, part of the mass was also to dedicate them to God so that they can have a spirit as they do the KCSE. We have very good schools in them. They are fully prepared, and we will do well in the forthcoming KCSE 2011. Yes.
I'm Betty Ogange, the Director e-learning, Maseno University. I'm Mrs. Ogange. I came to Kanunga School today in the company of the guests of honor to attend a Thanksgiving Day for a Prize-giving Day for the Form 4s. We also came to just inspire the boys, and all boys were invited. Now, what I've seen which has really inspired me is the way the whole reunion has worked between the old boys and their former headmaster. I feel that the Form 4s particularly have been very inspired by this. Every student has a story to tell of the benefits that they got from having interacted with the former principal, Mr. Ogange. I would broadly tell the Form 4s that as they've been told, they have to keep the focus and work hard towards it. Now is not the time to panic. It's the time to refocus and prepare adequately for the exams. Thank you.
Well, today we had a Thanksgiving Day and also Prize Giving Day in Central Province, that is at Kanunga in Kiambu. It has been a good reminder of my stay at the school with old boys. We invited the old boys. Yeah, the old boys were invited, and they gave us their experiences and their aspirations. They have been focused, and I think this came from our contribution to their studies. You know, these days people are talking about the girl child, but I think even the child boy, people should be worried about them also, because if we don't assist them, then we'll have a little more problems, even like the girl child these days, because they have many more things affecting them. They have very many problems that they encounter, and in certain instances, people tend to forget them. Comes in because probably they have failed to get their aspirations, to achieve their economic needs, and again, finding openings. And I think many of them revert to drugs because they think that probably that is a solution in the end. And I think it's a big problem, and we have to consider what we can do in order to assist them. We have to give them hope, and the hope doesn't come by talking. The hope comes by actually making sure that we help them finding their footing, and also try to assist them wherever we can. You know, small enterprise will be very useful for them. The illicit brew is a major problem coming in. They also have even the kuber, you know, this is a lighter element of drug. But illicit brew, if they do not try and get themselves away from it, it's going to destroy very many of these young people. Many of them will get to it because they have no openings, they have no hope, and people tend to probably just see them as part of the families. And I think that is what should not happen. Particularly in the rural areas, this is a big problem now. Youth, as much as possible, they are coming up, and a number of them would say, okay, they would like to lead as youth. It's all right, that is an aspiration, that is an expectation. But you see, you can't just say you're going to lead. You must have specific goals, specific expectations. But I think if they are internalized, if they are absorbed, and their expectations are explained more, and then they are exposed, I think they can also go a very long way. Okay, many of them would like to say, we would like to lead. But you got to lead from point of knowledge. You can't just say, okay, we are removing the old ones and coming up and leading. You have to have a basis for doing something. But they are part of the system, and obviously their contribution should not be overlooked.
I would like to thank Mr. Ogange for finding time to be with us here in Kanunga High School today. It was a great day. It was a day of remembering our education here in Kiamba and at large Central Province. He made a real mark during his time here, and it was during his time that we were able to take so many students to our universities. I think that was not known before he came into the area. This did not affect only the students in Kanunga High School, but also students in the other schools who were trying to do better than what Kanunga High School was doing. And it was during his time that even in the general area, the other schools started performing even better. So it was a very opportune time to invite him here as we try to raise the standards of education of the area so that he could remind us and advise us on how to do that. The boy child in this area has become an endangered species. Our mixed schools are being converted into boys' schools. Our boys who are going through their secondary education are running into alcoholism. And that is why I would say that our boy child is becoming endangered. And we need to encourage the child to do his best, to get as much from his education as he can, to motivate them, and to try our best to keep them off bars and illegal brews, because that is a real danger to them.
It can come in. You know, the problem is we try and come up with ideas that the illicit brew should actually be removed from our midst. But the problem is you start off from the chiefs, start off from the general community, where the community works together and identifying areas where some of these illicit brews are made, and then trying to talk to people and also enforce the law and understanding that surely the illicit brew is a problem. The government, from that end, we can also get other government organs where we try and have areas where they give some seminars so that at least they understand that the problem is not only for the youth, it can even extend and it can ruin the society.
Adoration.